Hello, this is VillaBraves and welcome to the next episode in my Bolton Wanderers FIFA 17 career mode. So I'm going to start today's episode off with a bit of an announcement or a bit of an update and a bit of a change in the way I'm going to do this. Initially I said I was just going to do mainly gameplay, which is how I started in my career mode last year on FIFA 16, and then suddenly realised that need to add a bit more into it, with a bit of more of the background. And should have really just have started this one exactly the same as that. So to that end, in the last episode, I'll try and do this as best chronologically as I can, but we'll see how I get on. But anyway, so in the last episode, the last game was away at Millwall, which saw us draw 1-1. And then the next game was a home game against Fleetwood Town, followed by a Checkertrade Trophy game away at Bury in the first round. Now, I did record the Fleetwood Town game, but it was 0-0, and I should have won the game quite easily. I had 9 shots, they had 1. Only 2 of my shots were on target though, and the keeper made a couple of good saves, but I missed chances, and I thought, well, okay, if I'm going to put one episode up, one gameplay per episode, this isn't going to make for a good episode, so I decided that I wouldn't include highlights of that game. So then we went on to the Checkertrade Trophy game, and this is a tournament that I want to do well in. I want to win it, but I think I'm not going to show highlights unless I actually get to the final, and then obviously I'll record that, bring you highlights. But as you can see, we won this game quite easily, and I put out a second string team as well. Just because obviously having just a couple of days after a league game, most of my prime target obviously is promotion from League One up to the Championship. But although I want to do well in the Checkertrade Trophy, I did put a second team out, and having struggled to beat Bury in the first home game of the season a couple of episodes ago. I absolutely wiped the floor with them. I mean, I won 4-0. It could have been 6 or 7, to be honest. That's how easy the game was. And then obviously we did have the transfer deadline day. Now, as I haven't shown you what my transfer budget was and my objectives at all so far. Again, this is where I messed up and should have done this right at the start. But anyway, my policy with the transfers was I had the transfer window on, but I wasn't intending to do any buying because I obviously started this career mode with the team that Bolton had following the actual real January transfer window this season. So I wanted to see how well I could do with that. And then keep the funds that I did have available for obviously the January transfer window and this career mode, in the hope that we were up at least in the playoff area, and then maybe bolster the squad maybe with 1 or 2 signings, and also look for players that are going to be out of contract at the end of this season, just maybe sign up a couple on pre-contract agreements for the following season. So I did look at my squad, and I actually had about 6 or 7 players on loan from other clubs, and I've got 4 of my own out on loan to other clubs. Now, one of those on loan to me was Adam Lafondre, and he's one player that I've been struggling with in the game so far. And I decided to cut short his loan and send him back to, and I can't remember where he actually came from. And I did bring in on loan a young kid from Everton, Luckman, I think is his name. Now I've used him in other career modes, and yeah, I think he will do a lot better, I think, for me, hopefully, that said, than I was doing with Lafondre. So he's the only transfer activity that I've done, and I bought him in for 2 years. So hopefully, you know, if we get promotion, which obviously is the aim, then he'll be with us again next season in the Championship. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. Obviously, I did play the one game against Fleetwood. So it's just a quick look at the table. So following that, so that's 4 games, and we started that game actually in 11th place, only getting the 1 point. We slipped down to 16th. Fleetwood started that game top of the table, but they slipped down to 4th, and now it's AFC Wimbledon and Rochdale, who are 1st and 2nd respectively, on 10 points. So that's where we're at with the league table. We're obviously 5 points behind the leaders. There's a long way to go. There's still 42 games to go, but I don't want to slip too far behind the you know, the playoff places and the top of the table. So we'll see how we need to start putting a couple of wins together just to get that winning feeling and that winning momentum in the side. Okay, so board objectives next. I need to just bring you up to date with that. So board expectations is saying that we're below target, but so as you'll see, one of the objectives that I was set was to finish with at least 2.55 million profit at the end. And now I read this at the end of the first season, but it was actually at the end of the first transfer window. So that would have meant that I would have had to have sold a few players, which I didn't want to do because I don't have a huge squad anyway. So yeah, so we've already failed that one. So obviously we need to concentrate now on you know, ensuring that we achieve all the others if we can. So youth development, which is a high priority. I have to sign 2 youth players to the senior team in the same season that they were scouted and play them in 10 matches, either as a sub or as in the starting 11. Okay, so I've got 4 players that I have signed so far. I also have to assign 4 players assigned to the midfield position. So I've got 3 so far. I'm still looking for another one. And I've got scouts out in England and in Italy. The brand exposure, it's a low priority. I'm not looking too much at that. Continental success, obviously, forget that one. But domestic success, short term, EFL League One, win the league and reach the round of 32 in the FA Cup. So those are the objectives, and that's basically, I think, what I wanted to just bring you, that sort of information. And what I'm going to do is, hopefully this won't be a 0-0 against Chesterfield, away at Chesterfield, but there will be highlights of this game to follow. But after this video, the next episode, I'm going to start doing 2 games, highlights from 2 games per episode, instead of just the one. And I'll slightly do the format of the highlights slightly differently. So that's where we're at. Hopefully this makes a bit more sense, and we'll see how it goes from now on. And yeah, so join me for our game away at Chesterfield, which is match day number 5 now, and we'll see if we can get a win to start climbing up that table. So welcome to the Proac Stadium here in Chesterfield as Bolton Wanderers travel to take on the Spireites in Matchday number 5 of the League One campaign. Bolton having 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss. Only scored 2 goals though so far, so that's a concern. And Bolton with a change, having sent Adam Lafond back to his parent club and brought in Lookman on loan from Everton. As you see the Chesterfield lineup playing a 5-3-2, so again it's going to be difficult for Bolton to break down. But we'll see how they can get on. They're going to go with a conventional 4-4-2. And Wilkinson will start alongside Long, Lookman on the bench. And we'll see some action at some time during the game today. Good interception there from Davis. And Wilkinson. Vella slips it through. And he's Long in on goal. Long makes a keeper save. And that's going to be a corner. Henry deliver a good corner. Heads go up at the near post, but it's going to come out. And Chesterfield bring the ball away, but again Bolton win it back now with Vella. Wilkinson and then Long, oh, and he overran it. And there's another mistake though. And now Wilkinson, edge of the area, being forced wide. Spearing tries to get the crossover, and there's a great finish from Vella, and Bolton have the lead. Just over 17 minutes gone the clock. And a mistake in the defence, and the ball came in and Vella controlled it, and nice finish there. And VillaBraves shows his delight at that, and is this the start of a great period now for Bolton? They need to start putting their chances away, and Vella has just taken the golden one there.
Goal for Bolton Wanderers, number 6, Josh Vella.
That's going to be a free kick. Oh, and that's going to be a yellow card as well for Wheater. Good ball in, and there's Eubanks Blake. That's offside. Bolton being ripped apart a bit there. And Wilkinson, Taylor. Wilkinson shows for the return and gets it. Back to Taylor. Taylor across the box now, Spearing. Spearing will have a go from distance, but that's way off target. And it's going to be another free kick. This time out on the left-hand touchline, and that's another yellow card issued by the referee, and this time it's Lewis Buxton. Goes into the book. I'm not sure that was worthy of a yellow card, but the referee seems to think so. Anyway, Brown will put the ball into the area. Just headed clear. Good play, and Brown now for Chesterfield. It's well anticipated and cut out by Beavers, and now he'll look to get Henry away down the right hand side. Bolton have got it down the right hand side now. Can Henry deliver this time? Comes in and it's cleared away. It's going to be another corner for Bolton, just over the hour mark. Corner comes in from Henry. It's going to come all the way back out to him now. Can he get a good cross in this time? Oh, and the header came in from Beavers and it's not on target. Again, he got there quickly, and VillaBraves showing his frustration because Beavers should have put that on target. So Bolton make their first change. Just under 28 minutes and stoppage time to go, and Chris Long makes way for Ademola Lookman, who will make his Bolton debut following his loan move from Everton. Now Wilkinson finds Davis down the left hand side. Davis balls into Wilkinson, beats his man, goes for the shot. Oh, and it won't fall to Lookman, and it just wouldn't quite fall. Wilkinson forced the keeper into a save. Now Henry finds Buxton down the right hand side. Good cross required. Over to the far post. Davis keeps it in, pulls it back. Must be. Oh, and Wilkinson's put it wide. Another opportunity to seal the 3 points, and again Wilkinson doesn't find the back of the net. Bolton get it back now, and Trotter finds Henry into the area. Has to pull it back though for Buxton, who'll get the crossover. Oh, and there's Wilkinson, and he gets on the end of it but can't direct it into the back of the net. And Wilkinson not having the best of games. With 3 great opportunities in the last 15-20 minutes. And Bolton win it back. And again, the space opening up now all over the pitch. Here is Lookman. Oh, that's a wonderful ball. And Spearing now, surely he can finish it. Oh, he's missed it, and it ends up with the goalkeeper, and Bolton just cannot close this game out. But there goes the final whistle, and Bolton hang on for a deserved victory as the managers shake hands. So look at the match facts, and as you can see there, Bolton well worthy winners. 9 shots, 6 on target. Possession was even. So that 3 points moves Bolton up from 16th all the way up to 9th, and now on 8 points, still 5 behind the pace setters, which are Rochdale, who won again and move on to 13 points now. So that will conclude this episode. This is VillaBraves, and I hope you'll join me again soon for the continuation of the Bolton Wanderers FIFA 17 career mode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.